Hello, my name is Danielle Good, and today I will be your host on Friday Nugget. I am joined with Gina Yacone, advisory CISO at Trace3, advisory board member for the Artificial Intelligence program at University of Colorado Springs, a keynote speaker, and one of cybersecurity's top voices in 2024. Gina, thank you so much for joining me today.
You flattered me so much. Thanks for having me, though. It's an honor. It is an honor.
There's so much that you have done, and I'm just thrilled to have you on the show today. From presenting in front of hundreds of people to being a part of boardrooms, advisory boards. Gina, what haven't you done?
I think sleep is probably it. That sounds exhausting. It is exhausting.
It's incredible all that you've done, and I would love to hear and for you to share with our audience your story.
You ready for a ride?
Yes.
That's for sure. You know, I didn't start in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity wasn't a degree back in 2023 when I graduated college. So it's kind of a new thing, shocking. But I actually graduated University of Miami with a political science degree. And I thought I was gonna go to law school. So I worked at a law firm for 14 years, doing private investigation instead. And that allowed me a lot of really unique skills. It gave me a lot of soft skills. And I talked to a recruiter, and the recruiter said, there's not enough women in cybersecurity and you can make a lot of money. And I never looked back. So at the time, there was 6% of women in cyber when I started. Now I think that they say about 20 are there, but when I started, there was about 6.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about how did you know you were meant for leadership?
You know, I was such an introvert as a child.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Shh, don't tell people, but I really was. I was this introvert until I went to college. And I went
You're blowing my mind.
I know. Until I went to college and I met an amazing sister of mine. Her name is Gigi Frias. And I think a lot of times we need somebody to tell us that we can do something because maybe we're scared inside. And so Gigi reached out to me and said, hey, you should become an orientation advisor for next year. And so I worked 2 jobs. I also was in 12 organizations, and I was president or vice president of 7 of them when I graduated, and I founded 3 on campus. So I'm
seeing a similarity here in your life today.
But then basically I went from this like introvert,
right,
and I just blossomed. We are a product of the people we meet. If you have a good heart and you know you're doing it for service,
right,
that you're going to do well. And I think all of that is really, really important lesson.
I love that you just shared with us that it was Miss Gigi that tapped you on the shoulder and said, you should try this, you should go for it, right? And you had the guts to say, yes, I'll do it, and succeeded. So when I think of, women in tech, what advice do you share with people to help you and everyone around you kind of climb that ladder?
Yeah, oh my God, great question. So one is surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you. I like to do that immensely. I also think it's really important to find a tribe that is very positive. You know, one of the things that I really do take people out of my life that have toxic energy. I already have to deal with like incident response and bad stuff. Like
data breaches.
Yeah, cybersecurity is already scary. So to have, negative energy on a team is very difficult in our line of business because cybersecurity can be very daunting. So I would say get your tribe of people that are uplifting and that can spend their day to say, hey, that day was awful, but here's the things that I learned, right? Spin it into something that's positive. That's gonna help you out so much more.
Gina, you've shared so many amazing nuggets with us today.
Oh, thanks.
I am so inspired by your ability to not only be a tremendous leader in the day in and day out work you do for your customers, but also in the Denver tech community. I can't thank you enough for joining us on today's episode of Friday Nugget. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
And with that, we'll see you on the next Friday Nugget.